What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out. More news coming out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it seems like lately, whenever Marvel has some news coming out, it's never good, all right? Either somebody new has walked off the projects, all right? Like how Blade has lost, I don't know how many writers. They've lost another director, and they're now looking for a third director for this thing. Or it's a project that's just costed way too much money. You know, in the case of Captain America, Brave New World, sitting at $375 million. Like all of these projects that Kevin Feige has cranking out over there, just not working out like they was in the first three phases. And here we go again with yet another one. Avengers 5 writer Jeff Waldron. I don't know why they're calling him Jeff Waldron in the headline. Brother's name is Michael Waldron. But in either case, this guy has rumored to have parted ways with the project Avengers 5. Let's go ahead and check it out. It seems Marvel Studios' next Avengers movie may have been hit with yet another setback, as a new rumor is claiming that writer Michael Waldron has left the project. Avengers 5 is rumored to have lost Michael Waldron, which would leave the project without a writer, director, and actor to play the villain. Yeah, they've lost everything off of this movie. You know, I don't know who's supposed to be in it, what Avengers were supposed to show up and make an appearance, but they don't have the main villain. The main villain is the number one thing. Who's going to be the villain in this? You know, obviously with Avengers, we had Loki, then we had Ultron, and then we had Thanos twice. You got a lot to live up to as the villain. And now, of course, they no longer have Kang. As it says here, it was originally titled to be Avengers Kang Dynasty, but now they've lost the director, Destin Daniel Cretton. They lost the original writer, Jeff Loveness. Oh, that's where they got Jeff from. Okay. They mixed up Jeff Loveness and Michael Waldron and created another writer named Jeff Waldron. All right, good job. Who wrote Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Yeah, no real loss here, all right? I don't think Jeff Loveness was ready for prime time. I don't think this guy was ready to rock with Avengers after writing Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. And then, of course, they lost Jonathan Majors, who was set to playing the main antagonist, Kang the Conqueror. Now, Next Point News is reporting that Waldron has also parted ways with the film. You got to wonder why. They say no reason was provided. You got to wonder what's going on over there, right? What's going on over there at Marvel where they keep losing people on a project like the Avengers? You would think like everybody would be signing up and just, oh my God, I get to write Avengers 5? Holy smokes, man, this is a dream come true. Holy man, what am I going to do with this thing, man? I'm so excited. I can't think. Okay, I'm staying up at night. I'm coming up with all kinds of different ideas. Nah, these cats are like, man, I'm out. All right. Like this guy, Destin Daniel Cretton, and I'm sure, again, it was a great honor to do Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings for this guy, not taking anything away from that film or his work on that film, but this is Avengers 5. Why would you walk away from Avengers 5? I mean, think about that for a minute. This is the pinnacle, right? This is the big daddy of them all, man. This is the one that should be hitting a $2 billion mark with no problem, right? Avengers. Nah, I'm gone. I'm good. Thank you, but no thanks. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm gonna find some other project to work on. Like, wow, like that's why it doesn't make sense. And then this guy, of course, Jeff Loveness. Look, now, quiet as kept. I think they asked Jeff Loveness in the most polite way possible to, why don't you go do something else, okay? Especially after this fiasco, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Which, remember, Marvel thought that they had a banger on their hands with this movie. They thought they had a bona fide banger. Oh my God, Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania, man, that's gonna be a hit. That's gonna make all kinds of money. Yeah, it didn't do that at all. And so, yeah, they probably said, maybe we've gone in the wrong direction with this guy and his ideas. Let's go ahead and get somebody else. So they bring on Michael Waldron. And again, it says no reason was provided as to why he left, but Waldron had been working on the story for a while. So it's reasonable to assume he either completed his draft or was very close to doing so, in which case another scribe may be brought on to revise or touch up the existing script. But see, that's not how you would explain it. Again, what did they say? They didn't say somebody else was, they said parted ways, all right? Parted ways with the project indicates to me he gone, all right? Something didn't work out. It was creative differences. That's what that word parted ways means. If all he was just doing was just, all right, man, I'm done with my piece. Thanks very much. I'm gone. It's not like they parted ways with him. He's still a part of the project. You know, he may not be actively working on it, but they can call him and say, hey, we got some ideas about some of the stuff you did. We about to touch this up. You know, help us out a little bit, blah, 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 blah. Give us your pointers, whatever. All right. No, he's done. All right. At least that's the way the language reads to me. Unless, of course, Marvel has decided to completely scrap the current story and start from scratch, which would not be surprising at all. This is what Marvel has been doing. They bring on a new writer. They change up everything, the entire idea, whatever the story was going to be. And then they bring on a new director, and then they get another writer, and then they get some more back and forth, reshoots. Again, we saw that with Captain America: Brave New World. They have reshot damn near the entire movie. They've done this with other projects like Echo, where they had to reshoot that entire thing. So yeah, it's par for the course with Marvel at this point. Don't be surprised if that's exactly how it went down. Shooting is said to be scheduled for March 2025, and the movie is currently set to hit theaters May 1st, 2026. I don't think this is going to happen at all. I don't think this date is realistic for where we're at right now. We're talking about less than 2 years from now. We got a writer leaving the project. We don't have a director. We don't know who the main villain is going to be. But you're going to bring out a movie in less than 2 years, an Avengers movie? I doubt it. Highly doubt that. All right. This gives the studio a bit of time to get everything in order. New writers have been brought on a lot closer to production in the past. Again, depending on how significantly Waldron's departure has altered the plans. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to, can they get the multiverse right? Because the multiverse is the major problem with this whole thing. It hasn't worked out. They don't know how to fit all of these puzzle pieces together. We just talked about this on the DA's office, how they're supposedly having some sort of reference to the Eternals in Captain America: Brave New World. Like, where's that coming from? And are you going to, sew that up? Are you going to finish off everything that went on in the Eternals? How does that connect to all of this multiverse stuff? We were never told. And they don't know. That's why they just got all of this helter-skelter stuff going on. You have no idea what's happening, and you can't predict anything that's going forward in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not at all. Back in May, the trades reported that Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy was in talks to helm the movie. The studio reportedly offered him the gig in mid-March, but he turned it down. At the time, he was still putting the finishing touches on Deadpool and Wolverine, and was also working on the final season of Stranger Things. Yeah, and he also got like a Star Wars movie that's talked about. This guy ain't doing it. All right, you can forget about that. Though negotiations were said to be underway, it never sounded like a done deal, and other filmmakers were reportedly in contention. Despite Majors' firing, Kang is expected to appear, although we can't see the character playing nearly as big a role in the story. We got word that Marvel and Disney has severed ties with Major almost immediately after the news that he had been found guilty broke, which would obviously seem to suggest that they were waiting for the verdict before making their decision. However, some insiders believe the studio was never going to move forward with Majors as Kang, regardless of the outcome of the trial. Yeah, I think that it was going to be rough to go forward with Kang. Okay, with Kang as the villain, being that Jonathan Majors had all of this like negative press against him. So I always thought that was going to be a big issue. The trades don't mention anything about a new actor taking over as Kang, but do note that the movie could potentially include multiple antagonists. And then they gave us these details. Remember about the 60 MCU characters that could reprise their roles, all right, in Avengers 5. All of these people, okay, every last person that's ever been in a Marvel movie is going to pop up in this thing. Probably as some sort of a variant, right? Like that's what they were going to do. Again, it just makes it sound like nonsense ultimately at the end of the day. But anyway, that's where we are with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it's just a giant hot mess. I think it's just a mess. I don't know what they're going to do right now if they're losing directors and actors and writers for Avengers. It's one thing to lose all of them cats for Blade. You can maybe say, look, man, we can probably recast Mahershala Ali. He's probably tired of us anyway, and we can go and shift gears and do something different. But to sit up here and try to recast Kang, if that's what you want to do, and then wrap a story around whatever's going on currently in this multiverse saga, all of the wild nonsense that's going on, stories that don't really ever connect to each other, really? How do you put this together? That's probably why these guys are walking away, because they're like, this project is just way too much for me. I can't deal with this. There's too much going on. There's no cohesive storyline that I can follow and I can tack on some stuff to. I mean, again, I think that's the big issue, is that they don't. And then remember, they still got to connect whatever's going to happen in Brave New World with whatever's going to happen in the Thunderbolts, with whatever's going to happen in the Fantastic Four. There's still movies on the horizon, and you got people walking away. Marvel is in deep trouble when it comes to this multiverse saga phase. I think they just need to pull the plug on the whole thing. This thing has just been a hot mess, and now we got writers absolutely just saying, yo, I'm outro, okay? I have parting ways with the project. Good luck in all of y'all future endeavors. I'm going to get on, all right? I'm going to get on and figure something else out. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. I think it's just incredible that this is where we are with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But it's not surprising, because this is what we've been seeing over the last couple of years. Just complete chaos. They don't know where these stories are going. You know, they're putting out garbage like the Marvels, right? Like Thor, Love and Thunder. Just what happened to these guys, man? It's utterly unbelievable. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.